My child, stop scrolling. Pause right here. This is not just another moment passing by your screen. This is the message heaven wrote with your name on it. I have drawn you to this place, to this very second, because I have something to say that your heart has been waiting to hear. You may think you found this by chance, but nothing about this moment is random. Every word you are about to hear has been carried from my heart to reach you right now. You said, "I'm not going through that again," and I heard you. You said, "I lost myself there once, and that's enough, and I was the one who pulled you out." You may not have known it, but it was my hand that lifted you when you could not lift yourself. When you walked away from that pain, trembling, half broken, not knowing how you would keep going, I walked beside you. I watched the tears you didn't let anyone see, and I counted them one by one. I knew you felt lost, but even then you were found in me. This moment right now is not a coincidence, it is a divine appointment. I have come to remind you of what I saved you from, and to make sure you never wander back into the same storm that almost destroyed you. You have been standing between what was and what can be, uncertain, afraid that maybe history could repeat itself. But hear me clearly, that chapter is over. The door that once led to your undoing has been sealed by my mercy. I closed it for your protection, not for your punishment. Do not look back and wonder what could have been. Do not let nostalgia disguise itself as peace. The things I removed were not meant to stay, because they were draining the life out of you. You gave everything to what could not hold you. You kept trying to fix what was never yours to repair. But I, your Lord, saw what you could not see. I saw the quiet breaking that no one else noticed. I saw you giving pieces of yourself just to be understood, and I knew it would cost you everything if I didn't step in. So I did. I intervened when you were too weary to keep pretending you were fine. Listen, my child, because what I am saying now will save you from repeating what almost took your life. You are standing at the threshold of healing. You are not the same person who once cried for things that hurt you. You have grown, even if you do not see it yet. You have wisdom now, born from pain. You have discernment now, shaped by the fire. You know the sound of false promises because you have heard them before, and I am teaching you to recognize the sound of truth. You may still feel the pull of the past, the whisper that says, "Maybe this time it will be different." But I tell you, do not return to what I rescued you from. Do not reopen wounds that my hands have closed. The pain you escaped was never meant to break you forever, it was meant to awaken you. It was meant to show you the difference between what destroys you and what builds you, between love that drains and love that heals. I am not angry with you, beloved. I am protective of you. I am standing between you and the things that once consumed you. I am setting boundaries around your heart so that peace can live there. You will not go through that again. You will not lose yourself again. The lessons you learned in tears will become the strength that keeps you standing. The same hands that lifted you from the pit are now shaping a new path ahead of you. So take a breath and listen closely. This is the moment of realization, the moment your heart begins to trust that it is safe now. You are stepping into something new, something pure, something sacred. Leave the past behind, for I have gone ahead to prepare better things for you. This is not the end. It is the beginning of your restoration. I am speaking life into you again. I am healing what the last season broke. I am reminding you that you are mine, and nothing will take you back to where I found you. Now stand still in this truth. You are loved, you are chosen, and you are safe in me. The pain you walked through was not wasted. It has become the foundation of your strength. You survived what was meant to destroy you, and now I will show you what it means to truly live. Listen closely, for every word that follows carries the power to keep you free, to keep you whole, and to ensure you never lose yourself again. I know you are afraid. I see your feet hesitating at the edge of this journey. You think I am leading you back to suffer again, to relive the pain that nearly destroyed you. But listen carefully to my voice. I am not taking you back to break you. I am taking you back to crown you. There is a difference, beloved. A beautiful, sacred difference. Comment Jesus. I'm nothing without you if He is your only foundation. When you ran from that place, you were wounded. Your spirit was crushed. Your faith was hanging by a thread. You had every reason to flee, and I understood. I held you as you ran. I dried your tears in the darkness. I whispered peace over your trembling heart when sleep would not come. But now, everything has changed. You are not the same person who left that place. You have been with me. I have been healing you in secret, building you up where no eye could see. I have been strengthening your broken places, filling your empty spaces, and teaching your heart to trust again. The work I have done in you was not visible to others, but it was real. It was deep. It was mine. Now I am ready to show you what I have built. The same ground that once drank your tears, that very soil, those very stones, will now yield your testimony. The place that witnessed your pain will become the stage for my glory. What once broke you will become the foundation of your breakthrough. Do you understand what I am saying? I waste nothing. Not one tear. Not one sleepless night. Not one moment of your suffering has fallen outside my sight or beyond my purpose. Every drop of pain you experienced has been stored in my bottle, recorded in my book, held in my heart. And now, the time has come for the harvest. This is how heaven works, my child. This is how restoration begins. It does not begin in a new place where everything is easy and safe. It begins in the old place, where the memories still linger and the scars still show. Because when I bring you back to the place of your breaking, and you stand there whole, everyone will know, including you, that it was not your strength that saved you. It was mine. When people see you return to the place where they once watched you fall apart, and they see you standing strong, radiating peace, walking in purpose, they will ask questions. They will wonder how you survive. They will want to know who healed you. And you will point to me. That is the power of returning to the broken place. Your presence there becomes a living testimony. Your peace in that environment becomes proof of my faithfulness. Your joy in the midst of those memories becomes a weapon against every lie the enemy ever told you. The enemy wanted that place to be your grave, but I am making it your garden. He wanted your story to end there, in defeat and despair. But I am using that very place as the beginning of your greatest chapter. What he meant for destruction, I am turning into your launching pad. What he designed to silence you, I am using to amplify your voice. This is the mystery of redemption, beloved. I do not erase your past. I redeem it. I do not pretend the pain never happened. I transform it into power. I do not hide your scars. I turn them into stars that light the way for others walking through darkness. But you must go back. I know this is hard. I know every part of you wants to stay comfortable. to remain in the safe place where no one knows your story and nothing triggers your pain. But comfort is not where crowns are given. Comfort is not where testimonies are born. Comfort is not where my glory shines brightest. My glory shines brightest in the places where it should not be possible for you to still be standing. When you return, you will not go back weak. You will go back wearing the armor I have fashioned for you in the secret place. You will go back carrying the weapons I have forged in the fire of your testing. You will go back anointed, appointed, and assured of victory. The difference between the first time you were in that place and this time is simple. The first time, you were there alone. This time, you are there with me. And when I am with you, everything changes. The voices that once condemned you will have no power. The faces that once rejected you will fade into the background. The circumstances that once overwhelmed you will bow to the authority I have placed within you. Because you are not returning as a victim. You are returning as a victor. You are not going back as someone broken, hoping to survive. You are going back as someone healed, ready to thrive. You are not retreating in defeat. You are advancing in faith. And the ground will know the difference. Yes, the very ground beneath your feet will recognize that something has shifted. The atmosphere will change when you walk into that space. The spiritual climate will shift when you speak my word in that environment. Because you carry my presence now in a way you did not before. You carry my authority now in a way you could not then. Pain was your teacher, but it is no longer your master. Help us keep sharing God's love. Every video we make is created to bring happiness, faith, and hope into your life. You can support our mission by donating through Super Thanks. Your contribution helps us reach more souls. The place that once held power over you will now come under the power working through you. The memories that once paralyzed you will now fuel your purpose. The wounds that once defined you will now refine your ministry. This is the journey I am calling you to walk. Not an easy journey, but a necessary one. Not a painless journey, but a purposeful one. Not a journey you will walk in your own strength, but a journey where my strength will be perfected in your weakness. I am calling you back to the broken place so that everyone can see what I do with broken things. I am calling you back so that your story can encourage someone else's faith. I am calling you back so that the territory the enemy stole from you can be reclaimed in my name. Every step you take back toward that place is an act of warfare. Every decision to face what once defeated you is a declaration of trust. Every moment you choose to believe my promise over your pain is a seed planted for harvest. And heaven is watching, my child. Heaven is watching with great anticipation. The angels are ready to celebrate your courage. The cloud of witnesses is ready to cheer your obedience. And I, your Father, am ready to meet you in that place with a crown in my hand, a crown of strength, a crown of honor, a crown of testimony. You thought that place was your ending, but I'm making it your beginning. You thought those tears were wasted, but I am turning them into your testimony. You thought the chapter was closed, but I am writing the sequel, and it is glorious. So come, beloved. Come back to the broken place with me. Not with dread, but with expectation. Not with fear, but with faith. Not as a victim returning to the scene of defeat, but as a warrior returning to claim territory. The same soil that drank your tears will now yield your testimony. The same ground that saw you fall will now see you rise. The same place that witnessed your breaking will now witness your breakthrough. This is my promise to you. This is my plan for you. This is the path of restoration I have prepared, and it begins exactly where the pain began. Trust me in this. Trust me with this. Trust me through this. I am with you. I will not leave you. And when this journey is complete, you will look back and see that every step was worth it. Every tear had a purpose. Every wound became a doorway. And you will know, without any doubt, that I am faithful. The return to the broken place is not your punishment, beloved. It is your promotion. Come, let us walk this path together. Your crown is waiting. You look at your life and see circles. You see the same struggles rising again, the same tests appearing in different forms, the same wounds opening when you thought they were healed. And you cry out to me, "Why, Lord? Why am I here again? Why does this keep happening? Have I not learned? Have I not grown? Why must I face this one more time?" Listen to me, beloved. You are not going in circles. You are spiraling upward. What looks like repetition to you is actually revolution. You are not back where you started. You are higher than you were before. Stronger than you were before. Wiser than you were before. The same situation has returned, yes, but you are not the same person facing it. This is not failure. This is progress. This is the mystery of holy repetition. I do not repeat pain. I redeem it. Every time I bring you back to a familiar struggle, I am giving you a chance to see how far you have come. I am offering you an opportunity to respond differently than you did before. I am showing you the growth that happened in the valley, the strength you gained in the waiting, the wisdom you earned through the fire. What feels like a setback is actually a setup for your breakthrough. Think about my servant Jacob, who wrestled with an angel at the place he named Peniel. Years before, he had fled from that very region in fear, running from his brother's anger after stealing his blessing. He left as a deceiver, a schemer, someone who relied on manipulation to get what he wanted. But when I brought him back, he was different. He had been humbled. He had been tested. He had learned to trust me instead of his own cunning. And in that return, at that same geographic location where his journey of transformation began, I gave him a new name. He went back as Jacob but left as Israel. He went back as a man but left as a prince with God. You see the pattern. The place of his fear became the place of his blessing. The territory he fled from became the territory where I crowned him with a new identity. He had to go back to go forward. He had to face what he ran from to see what I had for him. This is holy repetition. This is the cycle I am completing in you. Or consider my servant Peter. 3 times he denied me. 3 times he said, "I do not know him." 3 times he broke his promise to stand with me no matter what. And after my resurrection, when I met him by the sea, what did I do? I asked him 3 times, "Do you love me?" Not to shame him, not to remind him of his failure, but to redeem the number, to replace 3 denials with 3 declarations, to complete the cycle of restoration. He had to face the wound to receive the healing. He had to revisit the failure to step into his calling. I am doing the same with you, my child. Every time I bring you back to a familiar pain, a familiar fear, a familiar test, I am not punishing you. I am not saying you failed the first time. I am inviting you to complete the cycle. I am giving you a chance to walk through the same door but with a different heart. I am allowing you to face the same giant but with a different weapon. I am positioning you to look at the same problem but with a different perspective. You think you are stuck, but you are being prepared. You think you are going backward, but you are being positioned. You think I am making you repeat a grade, but I am actually promoting you to the next level. And part of that promotion requires you to prove that what once defeated you can no longer control you. This is the mystery of holy repetition. I am not interested in you avoiding your struggles. I am interested in you overcoming them. I am not looking for you to run from your battles. I am looking for you to win them. And sometimes, the only way to prove victory is to face the same enemy again and show that you are no longer afraid. When the children of Israel left Egypt, they sang psalms of deliverance. They celebrated their freedom. They praised me for the miracles they witnessed. But just days later, when they saw Pharaoh's army pursuing them, they panicked. They forgot what I had done. They doubted my power. They wished they had never left. So what did I do? I brought them to the edge of the Red Sea, a place of impossible circumstances, a place where they had to choose fear or faith. And when they chose faith, I parted the waters. I made a way where there was no way, and they walked through on dry ground. But that was not the end of the lesson. Throughout their journey to the promised land, I kept bringing them back to moments of decision. Moments where they had to trust me when nothing made sense. Moments where provision seemed impossible and safety seemed far away. Over and over, I tested them at the same point. Will you trust me this time? Will you remember what I did before? Will you believe I am still able? Some of them learned. Some of them grew. Some of them stepped into the promise. But others kept complaining, kept doubting, kept wishing for Egypt even though Egypt was bondage. And those who refused to learn the lesson in the wilderness never entered the promise. Not because I did not love them, not because I was punishing them, but because they were not ready. They had not completed the cycle. They had not let the repetition refine them. I do not want that to be your story, beloved. I do not want you to stay in the wilderness of repetition because you refuse to see what I am doing. I want you to understand that every time I allow a familiar trial, it is not a sign of my absence. It is proof of my presence. It is evidence that I am committed to your transformation, not just your comfort. It is confirmation that I see something in you worth refining. Gold is not purified in one pass through the fire. It goes through the flame again and again until every impurity is removed. The silversmith does not stop after the first heating. He keeps the silver in the fire, watching it closely, refining it repeatedly, until he can see his own reflection in it. That is what I am doing with you. I am bringing you back through the fire not to burn you, but to beautify you. Not to destroy you, but to refine you. And I will keep you in that process until I can see my image clearly reflected in your life. This is why the same test keeps showing up, my child. This is why the same wound keeps surfacing. This is why the same fear keeps rising. Not because you have failed, but because there is still refining work to do. There is still gold beneath the surface that I want to bring forth. There is still glory hidden in you that can only emerge through the fire of repetition. So when you find yourself facing a familiar battle, do not despair. Do not think you have made no progress. Do not believe the lie that you are stuck. Instead, ask me, Father, what are you teaching me this time? What do you want me to see that I missed before? How do you want me to respond differently? What part of me still needs healing, still needs strengthening, still needs surrendering? And I will show you. I will open your eyes to see the lesson beneath the trial. I will give you wisdom to respond with grace instead of fear. I will remind you of every victory you have already won and assure you that this one is no different. You have grown. You have changed. You are not the same person who faced this before. And this time, you will not just survive it. You will conquer it. This is the power of holy repetition. It transforms your battlefield into your testimony. It turns your weakness into your weapon. It makes your struggle into your strength. And when you finally complete the cycle, when you finally walk through that door without fear, when you finally face the giant without trembling, you will understand why I kept bringing you back. Not to hurt you, but to heal you. Not to trap you, but to train you. Not to break you, but to build you. Every cycle completed is a layer of glory added. Every repetition conquered is a level of authority earned. Every wound faced is a doorway opened. And on the other side of this holy repetition is a version of you that the enemy cannot touch, that fear cannot control, that doubt cannot defeat. Right, Lord, breathe new life into me if you're longing for His renewal. So do not despise the process, beloved. Do not resent the repetition. Do not fight the cycle. Trust it. Trust me in it. Know that I am working all things together for your good. Know that what looks like a circle is actually a spiral staircase, and you are climbing higher with every step. Know that I never bring you back to the same place to leave you there. I bring you back to launch you forward. This is my promise. Every wound you face again will become a doorway you walk through. Every fear you confront again will become a victory you declare. Every test you take again will become a testimony you share. I do not repeat pain, my child. I redeem it. And when this cycle is complete, you will see that every repetition had a purpose. Every return had a reason. And every wound has now become a doorway into the fullness of your destiny. Your mind is a battlefield, beloved. And the enemy knows it. He cannot steal your salvation, so he attacks your memories. He cannot change your destiny, so he distorts your past. He replays your failures, your losses, your moments of shame, hoping you will believe that your history defines your future. But I am here to tell you the truth. Your memories are not your enemy. They are your unfinished altars. An altar is a place where sacrifice meets sanctification, where pain meets purpose, where what was broken becomes an offering to me. When you experience those painful moments, the betrayal, the rejection, the trauma, the loss, those moments did not just happen and disappear. They were recorded. They left marks. They built altars in your heart. But many of those altars were never completed. The pain was laid there, but the praise was never added. The wound was opened, but the worship was never given. And so those memories remain unfinished, calling out to you, waiting for you to return and complete what was started. This is why certain memories will not leave you alone. This is why specific moments from your past keep replaying in your mind, even years later. Not because you are weak, not because you have not moved on, but because those altars are incomplete. They are waiting for you to come back, not to relive the pain, but to sanctify it. To take what was meant to destroy you and turn it into a testimony that glorifies me. I see you trying to run from those memories. I see you pushing them down, covering them up, pretending they do not exist. You think if you ignore them long enough, they will lose their power. But it does not work that way, my child. Buried pain does not die. It waits. It festers. It grows roots in the darkness. And one day, when you least expect it, something will trigger that memory and it will rise up again, still raw, still painful, still unhealed. But there is another way, a better way, a way that leads to freedom instead of bondage. Instead of running from your memories, I want you to walk through them with me. Instead of avoiding the places in your mind that hold pain, I want you to go there with my light in your hand. Because when you carry my presence into those dark places, everything changes. The shadows that once haunted you lose their power. The fear that once gripped you releases its hold. And the pain that once defined you becomes the platform for your praise. This is what I mean when I say your memories are unfinished altars. Every painful memory is a place where something was taken from you, where something died, where something was sacrificed. But you have the power to decide what grows from that sacrifice. Will it be bitterness or blessing? Will it be resentment or redemption? Will it be a monument to your pain or a memorial to my faithfulness? The choice is yours, beloved. But you must go back to those places in your mind and finish building the altar. Think about my servant Joseph. He had every reason to be destroyed by his memories. His brothers threw him into a pit and sold him into slavery. He was falsely accused and thrown into prison. He spent years forgotten, abandoned, suffering for crimes he did not commit. Those memories could have become chains that bound him. Every time he thought about his brother's betrayal, he could have grown more bitter. Every time he remembered being forgotten in prison, he could have questioned my goodness. But he did not. Instead, Joseph allowed me to sanctify his memories. He went back to those painful places in his mind and saw them through my eyes. And when the time came for him to face his brothers again, he did not see them as his enemies. He saw them as part of my plan. He said to them, "You meant it for evil, but God meant it for good." That is the power of a sanctified memory. That is what happens when you let me finish the altar. What was meant to destroy you becomes the very thing that delivers you. Or consider my servant David. He could have spent his entire life trapped in the memory of King Saul hunting him like an animal. He could have replayed the moments of fear, the nights of running, the days of hiding in caves. Those memories could have filled him with bitterness and vengeance. But David did something different. He wrote Psalms. He turned his pain into worship. He took his memories of darkness and transformed them into songs of deliverance. And now, thousands of years later, those psalms are still bringing comfort to my children who walk through their own valleys. This is what I am calling you to do, beloved. I am calling you to be a psalmist of your own story. I am calling you to go back to the painful memories, the ones that still make you cry, the ones that still make you angry, the ones that still make you afraid, and write a new ending. Not by denying what happened, not by pretending it did not hurt, but by declaring what I did in the midst of it, by testifying to how I held you when you thought you would break, by remembering how I made a way when there seemed to be no way. Your memories were never meant to torment you. They were meant to teach you. They were meant to show you my faithfulness in the fire, my presence in the pit, my provision in the prison. Every memory that causes you pain is an opportunity to see my glory. Every moment you thought I was absent is a chance to discover I was closer than you knew. Every wound that still bleeds is an altar waiting for the sacrifice of praise. I know this is not easy, my child. I know that walking back through those memories feels like walking through fire. But remember, I am the God who walks in the fire with you. I am the fourth man in the furnace. When you step into the flames of your painful past with me by your side, the fire cannot consume you. It can only refine you. It can only purify you. It can only prepare you for the glory that is coming. So let me teach you how to walk through the battlefield of memory without being wounded again. Let me show you how to revisit the places of pain without being trapped there. Let me guide you to the unfinished altars in your heart and help you complete them. Because when those altars are finished, when those memories are sanctified, when that pain is transformed into praise, you will discover something beautiful. The very things that once haunted you will now help you. The memories that once paralyzed you will now propel you. The wounds that once weakened you will now empower you to heal others. This is the testimony I am building in you. This is the weapon I am forging from your wounds. When you stand before someone who is walking through the valley you once walked, you will not just offer them empty words. You will offer them the proof of my faithfulness written in the scars of your own story. You will say, I know that pain. I have felt that fear. I have walked that road. And I am here to tell you, God is faithful. He will not leave you. He will not forsake you. He will turn your mourning into dancing and your ashes into beauty. But you cannot give that testimony if you are still running from your memories. You cannot offer that hope if you are still trapped in your past. You must go back. You must face what you have been avoiding. You must walk through the shadows with my light in your hand. You must complete the altars that pain began. And when you do, when you finally turn and face those memories with me, something miraculous will happen. The power they held over you will break. The fear they generated will fade. The shame they carried will dissolve. And in their place, you will find freedom. You will find peace. You will find a testimony so powerful that hell itself will tremble when you speak it. Your memories are not your curse, beloved. They are your commission. They are not your prison. They are your platform. They are not the end of your story. They are the beginning of someone else's hope. So stop running. Stop hiding. Stop pretending those memories do not exist. Turn around and face them with me. Walk back into those dark places carrying my light. And watch as I transform every battlefield into a garden, every wound into a well, every memory into a monument of my faithfulness. This is my promise to you. Every remembered pain will become a prophecy fulfilled. The things you thought would destroy you will become the very things that define your destiny. The memories you thought were your weakness will become your greatest strength. Because in my hands, nothing is wasted. In my hands, every wound has a purpose. In my hands, every memory becomes a doorway to someone's deliverance. So come, my child. Come back to the battlefield of memory with me. Not to fight the same battles again, but to claim the victory that was already won. Not to relive the pain, but to sanctify it. Not to be haunted by what was, but to be empowered by what I did in the midst of it. Your memories are waiting. Your unfinished altars are calling. And I am ready to help you complete them. Let us walk this path together, transforming shadows into light, pain into praise, and memories into monuments of my everlasting love. Say, Father, you're my unshakable hope if you're standing on His promises. And share this video with family or friend.